Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Jackie Wambiru. Sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. Well, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. And to kick us off, we shall be crossing over to Embu County, where police in Kiritiri in Mbeere South, Embu County are holding a robbery with a violent suspect who was arrested after a distress call by residents of Kari and Kabugori villages in the wee hours of the night. A manhunt is underway for two accomplices who managed to escape. One person was arrested and is aiding investigations. Residents of Kari and Kabugori villages in Mbeere South, Embu County sent out a distress call at the wee hours of the night. Police swiftly responded. According to Mbeere South Sub-County Police Commander in Violata Lumati, on arrival, police officers challenged occupants of a Toyota Probox to surrender, but they defied the order, forcing police officers to shoot the tires of the vehicle to stop them. Lumati said the two escaped, leaving the driver, who was arrested and is helping police with investigations. Lumati further added that they suspect that the three are part of a group which has been terrorizing bar owners and other business operators within Mbeere South for the last 1 month. Embu Senator Alexander Mundigi observed that insecurity in the area was on the rise, calling on the government to beef up security.
Kuchukua hatua juu ya Embu County kwa sababu mambo ya wizi imekuwa nyingi sana upande wa Mbeere South na Mbeere North. Faka iangaliwe kwa sababu kuna mambo ya wizi wa ng'ombe, mambo ya wizi wa mbuzi, hata vitu zile zingine na kuku.
Kama serikali inaweza ijenge police post hapa na ili hata hiyo mambo ya uragai na mambo ya wizi ipungue hapa kwetu Kari.
Residents have urged the government to empower them coming members to help them respond and relay information on security effectively.
Kindiki ajaribu sana hiyo mambo iweze kuwezekana, ndio every location chief awe na askari wa kutosha kama wawili, watatu ama wanne. Na pia kwa sababu tunajua CDF hakuna location ambayo ingejengewa nyumba ya askari na ofisi ya chief.
Hata nyumba 10 ya sehemu hii ikaweze kukumbukwa, sababu hao ndio wanaitwa haraka watoke kwa mambo mazao, wakunje waangalie wezi, na hakuna chochote kile wanapata ama faida yote wanapata kutoka kwa serikali.
In other news, at least 1,500 members of Zimmerman settlement scheme in Roysambu constituency are appealing to the government to fast-track issuance of title deeds, saying they have been living in uncertainty for 12 years. The scheme sits on approximately a 214-acre land. Previously, there have been violent confrontations between members of two rival groups fighting for control of the multi-billion scheme, often leading to bloodshed.
Members of Zimmerman settlement scheme Roysambu converged for their annual general meeting, and here the issues of deeds of ownerships for the 1,500 members took center stage. Members urging government to fast-track issuance of title deeds, noting developing of the land has been impossible.
Hii settlement scheme iko na members around 1,500 na shamba hii ni 214 acres na nimejengwa almost 85%.
Sisi tunaomba serikali yetu tukufu, amuomba through his office and through ofisi yake ya lands aone to prioritize hiyo Zimmerman settlement scheme, tuharakishiwe matitle.
The chairperson Margaret Wanyuike assured members that the county government has agreed to issue approvals for building plans.
Uwe umejenga ama hujajenga, hakuna kitu yako itapotea. Kwa hivyo usikuwe na wasiwasi wa kuja kujenga, na ukijenga usikuwe na wasiwasi ati utabomolewa. Maneno ya kubomoa manyumba iliisha.
Members hawa wanahitaji title na wanahitaji approvals, na kwamba nimekuambia governor tayari ameconfirm atatufanyia regulation ya hapa ili tukae manyumba yetu.
The chair lady condemned a cartel of briefcase brokers who were previously collecting money from investors purporting to be office bearers. The group's 214-acre land located along the Thika Superhighway has experienced intermittent cases of demolition of structures reportedly built without approval by the county government of Nairobi. For Lunchtime News, I am Teresa Mutai.
The body of the late Gibson Gathu Mbogwa, a veteran Vioja Mahakamani actor in Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, left Lee Funeral Home early Tuesday morning to Matundura in Kinangop constituency, Nyandarua County, for the burial. His colleagues who came to pay their last respect say his skills in acting have endeared many youth to venture into the entertainment industry. Gibson passed on the 22nd of December 2022 in Eldoret after developing complications following a kidney transplant in September last year.
A somber mood engulfed the Lee Funeral Home on Tuesday when the casket containing the body of the late Gibson Gathu Mbogwa was carried to a hearse, ready for a journey to Kinangop for his final send-off. The family members, friends and relatives were here to accompany the body of the celebrated veteran Vioja Mahakamani actor who played a court prosecutor to his final destination. Mary Kavere, popularly known as Mama Kayai, a veteran actor in Kenya, eulogized the late Gathu as a generous and kind man who was always there when needed.
Alikuwa anatusaidia sisi wote kwa mawaidha. Ukiwa na shida mko na wewe, ukiwa na raha mko naye pamoja. Gibson alikuwa ni mtu mzuri sana. Kusema ile ya kweli, serikali seti ya watu tutambua na tutambua. Zile serikali zimepita pia walikuwa wanatutambua. Naomba tu saa hii wale wameingia pia watutambue. Manake artists kuna wengine hawajiwezi na wako ni wazee bado na hakuna mtu anawakumbuka.
Matthias Kea alias Alphonse Don't Makacha said they have lost a hero who transformed and inspired many lives, particularly in the entertainment industry.
Pole kwa artist, manake tumepoteza kinara, na kusema kweli alikuwa ni mtu wa watu. Yes, na namkumbuka kwa sababu ni mengi amefanya tu katika hii sekta ya uigizaji, na vile unajua palipo na ubaya panasemekana. Yeye alikuwa na turekebisha ama anarekebisha artist wenzake.
It's truly a sad day for us as Kenyans to have lost a hero, a legend. Personally, I got to know him through his younger son, my very good friend Ian Gathu. I got a chance to interact with Mzee in university when he came to see his son, and he was actually a really good soul. He actually gave us advice. We are young dreamers, and seeing him achieve what he actually got to achieve.
The pain of a loved one.
Lucy Wangui, who acts as a judge in Vioja Mahakamani, reveals how they used to consult each other when making any decision that affected their lives.
Tulikuwa pamoja, kusema kweli hata watu walikuwa kifikiria mimi ni dada yake, kwa sababu hakuna kile tulikuwa tukifanya mimi ama yeye tukawachana. Hata wakati tulikuwa tumewacha Vioja kidogo, tulienda pamoja na tukaanzisha kipindi chetu kilikuwa kinaitwa Jungu Kuu pamoja.
It's just also a blessing because it's been there has not been rain and now it's raining, and when it rains, when somebody is being buried, that's a hero. So we celebrate his his life.
He's a legend, family man, and I would say personally he's a man that I found there. He guided me, we became buddies, and we worked for many years together.
They hailed the KBC Acting Managing Director Samuel Maina for the moral and financial support granted to the family during this difficult time.
The other time during the fundraising, alitupatia matangazo za over 2 million na karudi akatuma mchango wa kutoka kwake 1,100. So you can just imagine, he has been with us, he has worked with us, na ametushika mkono kama watu wake pale KBC. Sasa tunajisikia tukiwa nyumbani, maana hivyo ndivyo MD ametuonyesha.
Na kama ni shahidi na kuomba utoke nje.
Gibson, who was age 56, is survived by a widow and 3 children.
Even as Kenyans mourn the death of the legendary Gibson Gathumbugo, one of the celebrated artists in Kenya, it is evident that he has left a mark, with the young and old aspiring to be comedians devastated about his death. Timothy Kipnusu for Lunchtime News, Nairobi.
And now we shall be crossing over to Matundura in Kinangop, Nyandarua County, where fellow thespians, colleagues, friends and relatives have converged to pay their last respects to veteran Vioja Mahakamani actor Gibson Gathu. And remember, Gathu played the role of a prosecutor in the popular court comedy Vioja Mahakamani. He was one of the pioneers in the local entertainment scene. And I shall be linking up with our reporter Jacqueline Masharia, who is in Kinangop, where the burial service is currently underway. Masharia, kindly bring us to speed.
Good afternoon, Jackie Wambiru in Nyandarua County, Matundura village, where the final send-off of the late Gibson is currently underway. We saw this moving leave funeral to his final destination here. We have seen friends, family, colleagues. We have seen family, friends, colleagues, even residents here blocking this premise just to give a final salute to many know him as prosecutor from the show Vioja Mahakamani. He has entertained us for the last 4 decades, and he has been described as a mentor to many. He has mentored many in the arts industry. Many people remember him. Many people remember him as a mentor in the arts industry. That is all we have. Up to you, Jackie.
Uniokoe katika makosa yangu, usikubali wapumbavu wakanidhihaki.
Well, that is our reporter Jacqueline Masharia, who is currently in Matundura in Kinangop, Nyandarua County, where veteran Vioja Mahakamani actor Gibson Gathu will be laid to rest. We shall be keeping you updated in our subsequent bulletins. For now, we move on, and may he rest in peace. The county government of Isiolo and the Northern Rangelands Trust Organization have rolled out and are helping locals evacuate the animals to parts of Tana River County for greener pastures. Isiolo County is among the 23 regions hardest hit by the prolonged drought occasioned by delayed rainfall. Recent data from the National Drought Management Authority shows that. Rather, let's take a look at that. I'll have that report later on in our bulletin. For now, we cross over to Wajir, where Wajir West Member of Parliament Yusuf Farah is appealing to the National Drought Response Steering Committee to urgently disburse relief food to thousands affected by the ongoing drought in his constituency. Farah claims most pastoralists from Wajir West constituency have migrated to the neighboring counties with fears of starvation for those left behind.
The drought crisis in the country continues to persist, with 4.5 million Kenyans in dire need of food across the country. In Wajir West constituency, thousands of Kenyans are affected by drought and are at the brink of starvation as the drought situation continues to wreak havoc. Wajir West Member of Parliament Yusuf Farah says as the drought escalates in the region, livestock and people are now competing for survival due to scarce resources.
To tell Wajir West people and even the ASAL areas to kindly change your lifestyle. Change your lifestyle. It is no longer business as usual. We can't be surviving like this. This climate change is real. It's for real. We need to change our lifestyle. We need to adapt agriculture. Only God can salvage the situation at the moment. The people that were left behind are also suffering. Very soon, or even at the moment, you will find all along that people who are succumbing to this starvation.
He's now appealing to the National Drought Response Steering Committee to help provide food aid and help avert a crisis.
They can confirm Wajir West is the worst hit area. So I want both the national government and county government to take their responsibility seriously and help these needy people.
Rukia Abdi, a leader in the area, has also urged the government to ensure quick intervention measures are implemented in the area to help save lives.
Ukamwe imeenea northeastern, watu wanaumia, and by maybe the next few weeks mambo ikiendelea hivi, we might even lose even lives. Not even animals' lives are going to be lost. Kwa hivyo, I'm just telling the president that the northeastern, what's going in northern Kenya, it's not something to be just looked into. We want it to be called as a crisis.
The most affected are families in Agbogal Hadado and Arbajahan, respectively.
Still on the same, families affected by the ongoing drought have continued to receive relief aid to cushion them from hunger. Non-governmental organizations in affected areas have taken up a role to complement the efforts by the two levels of government. The Kenya Red Cross has warned that the rain being experienced now is not adequate to address the ongoing food shortage.
The drought situation in the country has been termed as the worst in 40 years. Pastoralists in northern Kenya have suffered immense losses in form of livestock, their sole source of livelihood. Left with no source of income, the vulnerable families are depending on relief aid. Just like in other parts of the country, non-state actors in Mandera are distributing relief aid to those affected. On this day, Action Against Hunger distributed 20,800 bags of drought pellets to residents of Arabia and Kutulo sub-counties for their livestock.
Targeting 6,000 vulnerable households with co-breeding and lactating livestock in both Arabia and Kutulo sub-county. There's also other ongoing drought interventions such as integrated medical outreach to 38 hard-to-reach areas.
And we appeal to you again so that you come forward and support, because the non-state actors, the national government and the county government are working for the same people. And in fact, we have to make a difference in the life of the people, because such a difficult time, we have to stand with the people.
Meanwhile, Nyandarua County Woman Representative Faith Getau led the distribution exercise of relief food to vulnerable families across the Aberdare region. The lawmaker exuding confidence that with the rains being experienced in the region, farmers will soon be able to produce their own food.
Tunajua tumekuwa na shida, tumekuwa na kiangazi, na naomba sana kwa sababu naona mvua imeanza kunyesha. Najua within a month or two tutaacha hii maneno ya kupeana chakula Nyandarua.
Gitau also called for unity among leaders, asking them to rally behind the president and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua.
Kwa hivyo sisi ambao tumechaguliwa tujiepushe kuongea maneno inaoonekana kama ina divide watu, in ethnical divide. Lazima tukue kitu kimoja.
Nasio Kware, Lunchtime News.
Still on matters drought, the county government of Isiolo and the Northern Rangelands Trust Organization have rolled out and are helping locals evacuate their animals to parts of Tana River County for greener pastures. Isiolo County is among the 23 regions hardest hit by the prolonged drought occasioned by delayed rainfall. Recent data from the National Drought Management Authority shows that more than 145,000 residents are in dire need of food. And as Andrew Okero reports, let's take a look.
Residents of Sericho Ward in Gabatula, Isiolo County have incurred huge losses following the death of livestock during the last few months. Carcasses of livestock litter the landscape around Sericho town and a foul stench rents the air.
Makali sita iliyopita hatujapata mvua, mifugo imeisha, mbuzi imeisha na ng'ombe imeisha. Ile imebaki ni ile amelegea ambayo inaweza kufa wakati yoyote.
To save the remaining animals from death, they are being ferried to greener pastures. The program began 5 days ago and is scheduled to continue until all the surviving but emaciated animals that are unable to walk are evacuated. Over 300 heads of cattle have already been relocated to Tana River County, a distance of at least 300 kilometers.
Kama mbaya ng'ombe zimeisha katika area hii. Kidogo tu imebaki sasa kama 2,000 ama 3,000. Karibu 10,000 imekufa. Ng'ombe ya hii. Sasa area iko na shida ya njaa. Kina watoto ya kina mama na ile mama iko na tumbo yote iko na shida.
The ward administrator Idris Golicha said Modogashe, Badana, Irsaboru, Eldera, Komobura and Sericho are hard hit by the current prolonged drought situation, with over 10,000 cows succumbing to the drought in the last few months.
As county government tumefanya some intervention ya chakula food relief of about 3,478 households, ambayo tunashukuru His Excellency the Governor, Abdi Ibrahim Muyo, for his response quickly kwa hali yetu, kutusaidia katika hali yetu.
The county governor had suspended all development projects to enable his administration to focus on drought response activities, key among them being the provision of relief food and clean water to affected residents. Andrew Kero for Lunchtime News.
And now on matters education, a section of university professors from Migori County has challenged researchers to implement their findings instead of dumping their research work in libraries. Led by Commission for University Education Chairperson Professor Chacha Naigote, Chacha, the educationist, raised alarm over the number of research works that lie idle in the libraries after graduation.
Universities across the country churning out thousands of research graduates yearly, concerns have been raised over the utilization of research work to solve challenges facing the community.
It is not supposed to lie in shelves. After you do research, you are supposed to meet. That's why there has been a proposal that we should have a yearly meeting during which people can articulate their views, and we can use that opportunity also to ask ourselves, what did we agree on last year to be implemented? Has it been implemented? And if it hasn't been implemented, then we'll find out the cause and the effects and why it has not been implemented.
During an education consultative meeting held in Migori, a section of university professors urged researchers to put into action their findings instead of discarding their research work in libraries.
In the area of education, we need to get facts, especially on the development and establishment of ECDs, and we want to see how do we use this research. And also in health, there is a lot of research that can help us to translate to the health sector in Migori County.
Some people here are medical doctors, others are educationists, others are agriculturists, others have specialized in economics, planning and whatever, others are chemists like Professor Chacha here, and all across those disciplines, we want to assure the Kuria community, and for that purpose the community in Migori, that we are ready, we have a voice, we can articulate the views regarding the issues that are fundamental as far as the education development is concerned.
The educationists questioned why existing research work on devolution and governance is yet to be used to spur development in counties.
In this region, there's what we call LREB, Lake Region Economic Bloc. So they had a meeting in Bomet. They resolved, they said that they wanted to bring on board universities. We want to know the kind of research they are doing so that they can share with us. At that time, I was at Maseno University as a Deputy Vice Chancellor. In fact, I was the chairman of the universities committee. So the LREB is made up of about 14 counties, starting from Migori, Homa Bay, it is up to Nandi. So it is important really that now we are sharing our findings.
The university professor said there's need to review and have in the record all the existing academic research work on areas of education, health, blue economy, and societal development. Ben Chumba, Lunchtime News.
Sugarcane farmers want the national government to strengthen the sugarcane outgrowers scheme and fund the Sugar Research Institute as part of the Mumias Sugar Company revival plans. Kenya National Federation of Sugarcane Farmers Deputy Secretary General Simon Osichere says quality cane is key in ensuring the ailing miller has raw material for operations.
Duty-free sugar import window to caution consumers from high prices that are seen a 2 kg packet of sugar retail at an average of 350 shillings at most outlets. Sugarcane farmers now say sugar imports can be reduced in future if the government revives the sugarcane outgrower schemes that so farmers produce the required quantity of sugar required by local millers.
Kuna shirika kama Moscow, that is for Sony, kuna Mosoko for Moroni, kuna Moko for Nzoia, na shirika kama hayo ambayo walikuwa wanashikilia upanzi na utekelezaji wa kuhakikisha kwamba miwa inapatikana wakati ambayo mila anaitaka, iko machua, iko tayari, inabebwa, anapelekewa na kazi yake ni kusiaga.
The Kenya National Federation of Sugarcane Farmers say investing in outgrowers should be part of the plans to revive Mumias Sugar Company and other struggling millers.
Tunaomba wanapozungumzia mambo ya miwa, wasungumzia kwanza waanze ni mkulima apate nguvu, mkulima ajengwe, na mkulima hata jengwa kama hana institution kama outgrower institution.
The government has also been asked to finance Sugar Research Institute to ensure farmers are provided with clean sugar seedlings to produce quality sucrose content.
Kwa hivyo imekuwa bora sana kwa saa hii ili mipango yote iwe na nguvu na iwe na uzito, basi wakati uamuzi fulani unataka utekelezwe, uongozi wa upanzi wa miwa ama sauti ya mkulima itafutwe na ihusishwe, kwa sababu maamuzi mengi ama tuseme hata yote yanafanyika bila kuhusisha mwenye mali inaitwa miwa.
Sugar millers have been encouraged to consider increasing value addition to ensure farmers earn more from sugar byproducts. Dason Truba for Lunchtime News.
Welcome back, and now in the sports arena, hundreds of thousands of mourners queued through the night to pay their last respects to Brazil legend Pele, who is lying in state at the ground of his former club Santos. Pele's coffin was placed in the center of the pitch at the Urbano Caldeira Stadium in Sao Paulo, with fans lining in the streets to get inside the ground. He will be buried later today on the 9th floor of the Vertical Cemetery at the Eucanemico Memorial Necropolis building in Santos. Well, that brings us to the end of our bulletin this afternoon. Thank you for choosing Lunchtime News. For more news, check out our website at kbc.co.ke. My name is Jackie Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. And now we shall be taking a look at the burial service that is currently underway in Matundura in Kinangop, Nyandarua County. And we are paying last respects to veteran Vioja Mahakamani actor Gibson Gathu Mbogwa. Remember, Gathu played the role of a prosecutor in the court comedy Vioja Mahakamani.
88. They later solemnized their marriage at Kayole Catholic Church in 1994, 10th December. They were blessed with 3 children, Teresa Mwehaki Gathu, Grace Wanjiru Gathu, and Ian Bogwa Gathu. He had several grandchildren named Ariela Hadassah, Jadiel Shalom, and among others. He was uncle to many. He was brother to Nicholas Gathu, ambaye ni mimi, the late Rose Wamburu, Harold Wangai Mbugwa, huyu ana title, hata yeye ni shujaa. He is a Kano Mbugwa. Ebu asma walikuwa hapa, sorry, asiasimama. And Typhon Wangari Kerie, Wellington Muturi Mbugwa, Rose Wambui Mbugwa, Josephat Ndungu Mbugwa, Elizabeth Wanjiku Mbugwa, Anthony Ndungu Mbugwa, huyu tuko naye hapa, and Dadson Kuria Mbugwa. He was cousin na kumbusha iko kitina mimba wetu anaitwa Elizabeth Wanjiru, nimemuona hapa hata yeye hajaandikwa hapa, sijui. He was cousin to many. Among them, mmesikia, mmeona mama ya minister hapa, Bwana Moses Kuria, mmeona mama yake hapa. The cousins, he is one of the cousins, and we have also to thank retired President Uhuru Kenyatta for having worked closely with our cousin Moses Kuria, among many others. So we are thankful, but now through your network is shukran zifikie former retired president. Education and career. The late Gibson Gathu Mbugwa started his early education at, hiyo imeandikwa hapo ni Morrison Primary. It is not Morrison Primary, although ziko pamoja. Alianza shule inaitwa Bahati Uhuru Primary School in 1967. He did his Certificate of Primary Education, CPE, in 1974. In 1979, he joined the then Voice of Kenya, which later became KBC. He featured in many programs, among them Vioja Mahakamani and Vitimbi. In 1980, he went to he went to West Germany Cultural Festival. I think the only person Kohapa who was Gibson in Germany, Bwana Warohyu, uko karibu, huyu tulikuwa na kuja watu wa kuone. Shauri hata hapo chini mtaona Bwana Simon Warohyu, although ameandikwa Peter Warohyu, ni anaitwa Simon Warohyu. Huyu walianza jamii ya usanii na Bwana Gibson. Asante sana. So in 1980 he went to
Sasa unaenda wapi? Huyu ni mtu hata wameisi sana, alikuwa ameajiriwa na Ochola kwake nyumbani. Kabla Ochola akufe, akamwacha na si uliwachiwa paka. Si ndio? Ochola alipoenda. Kwa hivyo wewe si shahidi. Wewe mzee Kassim. Na wewe acha nikwambie, usiniingilie hivyo kwa sababu huyo mzee wewe nakwambia kaa chini mzee, kaa chini. Acha paka hiyo kesi ise yote. Wewe mzee wewe toka nje. Huyu aliajiriwa toka wewe mzee toka nje. Tuvumilia tu namna hiyo toka nje. Lazima tuvumilie. Toka wewe mzee. Unaenda wapi? Toka nje. Uni kichwa yake mzuri. Twende. Mzee, ungetaka koti iahirishwe ulie ama utaweza kutoa ushahidi? Nitavumilia tu. Ulifanya tu. Mtu ajaribu kukuja kuchukua yangu na mmalisha.